got to be more bad teachers in New York than just 3. L.A., 11 of 43,000. Chicago, 0.1%. Akron, 0. There's got to be some shitty teachers in Akron.
So look.
Well, so, you know...
I'm sorry.
The perception is that the Democrats and the teachers' union are way too cozy, and that nothing can be done unless the Democratic Party makes a bit of a split with the teachers' union and says, we're not going to back you no matter what. It's a little like the Vatican.
Ooh.
Well, as far as protecting bad people institutionally.
Listen, nobody wants bad people. Nobody wants bad music. Nobody wants bad editorials. Nobody wants bad humor. And we don't want bad teachers, particularly, seriously, the really good teachers really hate having bad teachers. And so...
Then why are they so protected?
Part of what we're
Why
trying
is it so
to
hard
do,
to fire them?
So this is what we're trying to do now. We're trying to figure out ways to have far better evaluation systems where you actually look at somebody's performance instead of these drive-by evaluations like we've had in New York City for years and years and years. I look at Jonathan because he and I have had these conversations for a long time. So we need to have better evaluations. We need to have a real good way of
well, it's your
teachers.
union. What do you mean we need?
But,
why don't
but
you?
Actually,
why hasn't it been done?
Bill, it's not. If you actually look in places that are unionized and not unionized, let me throw out a couple of facts. The state that's the best state educationally in the United States of America, Maryland, wall-to-wall union. The best country we compete against, always, much better than we, Finland, wall-to-wall union. States like South Carolina, your home state, there's almost no unionized teachers. They actually fire 1/3 of 1% of teachers in a year. Georgia, 95% of the teachers, not union. They fire half of 1%.
Why is that?
So what's happening is that we don't have good ways of measuring teacher performance. And that's what we're trying to find.
But Randy, I've got to ask, though, what better indication of teacher performance than graduation rates, than children reading at grade level, doing math at grade level? There was the schools, and I believe it was Providence in Rhode Island, where 7% of the kids were reading or doing math at grade level. If that's not an indicator of teacher performance.
But that was the point. But we're saying we want teachers. Look, teachers want to be supported, and teachers don't want to teach with people who are not effective. What we're trying to do right now is we want to figure out, because the real Rosetta Stone here, to crack this code, is to come up with better teacher development and evaluation systems. This is different than Nike. This is, you can't just throw people the keys.
All right.
Okay,
what about
that's great.
The idea of standardized testing, the idea that there's been this one level that you hold all kids to, and you teach all kids like a one-size-fits-all over the world, no matter what their background is, no matter where they come from, no matter where they live. And not all kids learn the same. And so if you hold all kids to that one standard,
especially
they
ones who
might
don't
fall short,
speak
but they actually
English
have
to
more.
begin with.
Right.
But,
When you throw out that statistic, only 7% of the kids were proficient in English because they probably come from a home where they don't speak English.
But
that makes a big difference.
Look, Jonathan's not wrong about, we have to, this is what public education is about. We have to help all kids. But what happens is we have stuff that we know works. And then you have 3 or 4 principals in a school in 3 or 4 years, and they throw out the old and they come in with the new. That's what happened. That Central Falls school. So you got to have good teachers. You got to have good curriculum.
I have to ring the school bell and go on to the next period.
I'm just so funky. I'm sorry.
No, don't.
I'll never be invited back.
No. We want to hear this. That's why we wanted to have you here. And I wanted to ask you about whether Glenn Beck has given blackboards a bad name, but we'll save that for later.